North Melbourne's quarter. They won it in the previous encounter between these two clubs in this quarter when they booted 10 goals, a record for a qualifying final, as once again Moore and Dempsey do the shoulder-to-shoulder trick. Let's see if they go over this time. It's a real wrestle. They're both over again, 3 times in succession. Picked up by Keith Gregg, the dual Brownlow medalist. A long kick from Gregg. Oh, Sutton on his own. Well, it's North Melbourne for mine now. They're looking much the better side. Collingwood a little bit rattled at the moment. In he comes, Daryl Sutton. Long torpedo punt kick. That's a good 55 metres. Dreyer in front and Worthington. And he's taken the mark. Anderson, who seems to be everywhere like Malcolm Blight. Anderson's pass looks down there for Brewer, who plays in front of Montgomery on this occasion and takes the mark. Ross Brewer in towards the centre wing position. McCann and Edwards. Ick was grabbed. He didn't have the ball, but he's got it now and plays on straight away. He shoots a pass out towards half forward, looking for Melrose, who's too good for Byrne at the moment. Back to Montgomery, and Montgomery's clear. Right half forward, fires it in turn towards the pocket. Not a good pass. Knocked away by Worthington on this occasion. Casson. Back to Blight. Doesn't bounce too well. Picked up by Dreyer now. Oops-a-daisy. Down he goes, and in comes Malcolm Blight. Let's see what this kick's like. He's gone for a pass. It's a shocker. Worthington taking a safe mark. And this time in front of Brightus. He's gone for a hand pass. Gets it over to Peter McCormack. Combining well the Magpies in defence. They need to do that too. It'll be a free kick to Brewer. I think he paid the mark anyway. So Brewer at left half back. Collingwood looking a little bit rattled early. They need to settle down pretty smartly now. Jarrett in front of his opponent. That's Kevin Morris at the moment. Oh, well done, Adam Jarrett. Pass from Jarrett to Dempsey. Good football. Collingwood looking a little bit slow. In towards Peter Moore. Up he goes. The big fellow should have taken that. In fact, the umpire has paid the mark to the Collingwood run.
And the North Melbourne crowd not too happy about that. Moore boots the ball back towards centre field. It was a pretty haphazard sort of a kick. Up goes Edwards. Couldn't hold the mark. There's a battle between Caston and Wearmouth. A wrestling match, and the umpire is going to ball it up at centre field. Only 2 points the difference at the 7.5 minute mark in favour of Collingwood. Up she goes again. Dempsey and Moore. Moore got it down. Anderson gets a hurried kick back up towards the half-forward line. Going after it is Morris now. It bounces the wrong way. He's in trouble. Gets a hand pass out. And the ball driven up there by Ireland. Up over the half-forward line it goes. But there's McCann doing a good job. A good hand pass over to David Dench. Back to Ramsey. Ramsey goes for the boundary line, looking there for Jarrett. Jarrett getting away from Morris this quarter, doing a very good job. A long hand pass to Gregg, and this when North Melbourne looks dangerous. It's a bad hand pass, and it'll be out of bounds. Well, Keith Gregg hasn't been in the picture very much today, and of course that was a mistake. We saw Blight there on his own. Could have started the ball rolling again for North Melbourne. Ball out of bounds on that centre wing position. It'll be Blight to go against Moore. Moore trying to grab it out the pack, but there we see the ball driven up that time by Tanner. Over the head of the pack, coming out as Brightus goes for a hand pass. It comes off. Going after it is Melrose, looking dangerous down there on the boundary line, looking for Croswell. He's got it. By golly, he's dangerous, this guy. It'll put North Melbourne in front. He's kicked 2 goals up to this stage of the match. And there's no doubt about it. He is the sensation of this match, really, when you come to think of how many games he's played. And, of course, he's the man that Collingwood have to watch. And McCormick's got a terrible job. He fires. I think he's missed it. Missed it, and it's only a point the difference.
What do you think of that, Brent?
By golly, look, he's going quick to the crowd there, saying, how do you like that? And they're giving some curry there, that Collingwood crowd behind the goals. Look at him still having a go. The ball back into play again. He didn't think it was a goal. I think he must have thought that the crowd were a bit rude to him, and possibly that's the chance. 7-11 North Melbourne to Collingwood 8-6, a difference of 1 point. A hand pass coming out to Andrew Ireland. He goes for a kick out there towards Barham and Simmelbush, both going after it, both showing a ton of pace. And it's out of bounds on the centre wing position. Collingwood hanging on by 1 point at the 9.5 minute mark of the 3rd quarter. The preliminary final of 1979. It'll be Dempsey and Moore to go for this knockout. They've been wrestling more than they've been going for the knockout today. Knocked out by Moore, punched away by Jarrett. He's coming to his own this quarter. Chance for Ray Shaw to pick it on the boundary line. Rather a quiet player so far today. Monty Wearmouth swamped between players. He's going to grab the mark. He's going to pay it to him. And what a great mark that was by little Wearmouth. He had to beat 2 of them.
That's him.
Wearmouth out there at half forward. Looking for someone to give it to. He's gone for a short pass. It's too short. Oh, Brewer's got it over to Wearmouth. The umpire said it's holding the ball against him. He's had him well tagged today, Montgomery's done a great job down there at half-back. He just kept him with arm's length all day, so he can't break away and do that fancy stuff. The ball's off the side of the boot. Punched away from Blythe. They all go over left and right. There's a real stack up here, and the umpire's found a free kick. It'll go to Morris. And Morris to take that free kick on that half-forward line for Collingwood, about 75 metres out from goal. Collingwood 8 goals, 6.54 to North Melbourne, 7.11.53. Anybody's game. And we're at the 10.5-minute mark of this third quarter, and Morris with the ball ready to send Collingwood into attack.
I see Banks warming up on the boundary line too.
Badly needing a goal, Collingwood at the moment. Ball punched there again, a chance for Davis. A snap right across the face of goals. Going after Zick, he's got the mark. He's been too good there, and a quick hand pass. Coming over now, and we see Ebert on the ground for the first time. Out to Greg with a beautiful pass. And Greg's off on his tail there as Edwards going around that boundary line. The kick is okay. And Jarrett doing a great job at centre field, is starring at the moment.
Alan Jarrett's kick to centre half forward for North Melbourne. Underneath the ball is Billy Picken. He's got two opponents to beat. One of them Sutton. Oh, too slow Sutton to get rid of the ball. Held it for a month. Picken's free kick at left half back for the Magpies, and coming off the ground is Brewer, and Banks will go on. He's fast and he's a good mark, Banks. And Collingwood certainly needs something like that on the forward line at the moment. Well, Kink's grab, we're not in possession, and Renee Kink will get the free kick for the Magpies. Also a quiet player. They need him likewise to come into his own. Knocked away from Derek Shaw. And comes down to Stephen Easton. Easton's pass in towards centre field. Barham's there. Knocked away from Schimmelbusch, but he backs up well. The North skipper. Great turn of speed. Gets away from his opponent. The pass is to Blight, who elects to let it go for Casson. Who's a little bit too good for Byrne at the moment. Here's Croswell. Oh, staging for a free kick. Croswell, and he's got it. It was there, but Brent helped it along. He's gone for a pass. Brightus, he's got it. Brightus on an angle, rather acute at that. Croswell doing a pretty good job up in the goal mouth too. He's kicked, 2 goals himself. Brightus likewise has, he's got 1. And a chance to make it 2 with this kick.
There's no doubt about it. Pete Croswell's a danger player down there. He's the big worry for Collingwood, but if they can't stop him, they're in, well, a heck of a lot of trouble.
Well, they lead by 1 point at the moment, the Magpies. Let's see what happens after this kick. I think they trail by 5 points. That is the case. A goal to North Melbourne. It is their quarter. Likewise, as it was in the qualifying final, will we have the same result? North Melbourne, 8-11-59. Collingwood, 8-6-54. Some comments from Bob School.
Well, Peter, I was just watching Peter Moore there, and for mine, Peter showed just how much he's still got to learn, because when that free kick went to Croswell, Peter threw the ball back to Croswell, left himself in no man's land, and he wasn't in position to get down the ground and maybe help out the fullback and cut off that lead by Arnold Brightus. And that was just, I'll call it inexperience, maybe inexperience as a ruckman. Peter playing most of his football as a forward, but he certainly had something to learn on that occasion.
Bounces favouring Moore. He gets the front posse, but Dempsey still beats him to it. Whoops-a-daisy, back to Moore. Dempsey's there. Montgomery's there, pushing the back, says umpire Robinson, and Gary Dempsey. No, it's not going to Gary Dempsey, it's going to Alan Jarrett. And Jarrett to take the free kick for North Melbourne to drive them into attack once more. 2 half forward. He's looking for Blight, knocked away by Ireland, in fact, almost. Down towards Byrne. Byrne's kick out towards the member stand side. Oh, Schimmelbusch has got this on a string. He's got plenty of time. Passes to Sutton. Actually could have gone to Ebert as well, but it didn't matter, and he'll put the Kangaroos into attack. He's off, yes, good decision by the umpire. And Sutton now plays on, swings North Melbourne into attack once again. Up towards Blight, who flies. He couldn't take the mark, but what's his name? Brightus has got it. And he has a chance to make it goal number 3. Well, Lightning does strike the same place twice, I think, because North Melbourne running away with the match. They've kicked how many goals this quarter? This would be their 4th, if he can notch it. They did this in the qualifying final, and Arnold Brightus comes in. What's he done with that one? It's coming around nicely. Not through. Boys snaps for goal. Off target. Close to the boundary line. Malcolm Blight making ground after it. What can he do with it? He's looking for someone to give it to. Here's Brightus again. Back to Blight. The 2 Bs. And Blight out towards half forward. A mark almost to Melrose. Picked up by Sutton. He's tackled solidly by Kink. It comes out towards Rayburn. Out to Wearmouth. He's in trouble.
And Wearmouth clear. Doing a great job there. A hand pass to Anderson. He taps it over. Trying to get it away. There's Ebert coming after it. Oh, there's nearly a trip there to Collingwood to Billy Peck, and the umpire's going to ball it up at half forward.
Oops.
Bit of a box on there. They're going in pretty hard. Still only 5 points the difference in favour of North Melbourne, who've come right back in this quarter. 15 minutes gone. Collingwood not going so well. They're struggling. There's Shaw going across to talk to the umpire. I don't know what about Dempsey and Moore to have a wrestling match again. Up they go. Knocked it, they both miss. The umpires are letting them go as Ebert gets the kick out wide. Looking there for Kink. He can't pick it up. He's had a rotten day today. Hick over to Ramsey. Ramsey goes for a pass out wide. Looking there for Bridus. He can't mark it. He pounced on the ball. Casson going after it there. He's clear of a running shot. A left footer for goal. It looks pretty good. It's a beautiful kick. It's a goal. That's his second. What a magnificent goal. So it's 9 goals, 11-65 North Melbourne to Collingwood 8-6-54, approaching the 16-minute mark.
Well, Lou, you can call it professionalism, you can call it anything you like, but it's the players that I personally expected to go on for Collingwood just haven't come to light. You know, I really felt that Kink and others would throw more of themselves into the play this time, having seen North Melbourne kick 10 goals only a couple of weeks ago. But it's just the other way around, and North showing the big occasion temperament at the present stage. Well,
that's giving North Melbourne confidence. It comes out to Keith Gregg. He goes for the tap to Jarrett, who's been a mighty fine player this quarter. Coming through is Worthington, a hand pass over to Walsh. He kept on, he's making mistakes all day. He can't get clear. He finally gets a hand pass to Edwards out to Ronnie Wearmouth. He's grabbed, he didn't have the ball. On the shoulder, the umpire said. Keith Gregg going mad about that.
He had the ball, Lou.
Well, he said he grabbed him on the shoulder. Short pass out there to Olsen. Olsen clear. Badly needing a goal, Collingwood, as he boots the ball into the goal square. Knocked out now towards Rene Kink and Anderson. Oh, he's kicked him with a spray that time. Easton gets a good hand pass out to Ramsey. They've got a lot of confidence at the moment, North Melbourne. And the ball is out of bounds on Collingwood's half forward on about 45 metres around from their goal. Collingwood trailing by 11 points. And North Melbourne have come really back into this quarter, playing the football we know they can. The professional side they are. Dempsey gets the tap down to Ebert. Ebert boots the ball back towards centre field. There's a chance for Byrne. A hand pass over to Wearmouth. He better kick it. He's grabbed. He gets a kick off the side of his boot. There's a chance for Shaw. A hand pass to Edwards. A left foot snap for goal. And it's through. So they're back in business. 5 points the difference. That's Edwards' second goal. North Melbourne 9-11-65 to Collingwood 9-6-60 at the 18-minute mark of this quarter.
Definitely still anybody's game, Lou, as Ebert goes off and Tanner will come back onto the ground. But, you know, Wearmouth, I think, is the whole key to Collingwood at the moment.
Took a while to kick that one, Bob.
But nonetheless, he was still the player who got the ball down there, and every time Wearmouth starts to come into the play, Collingwood look dangerous. But when Wearmouth drops out of the play, then it's North Melbourne who go on again.
Here we have the old Festival Hall wrestling between Dempsey and Moore again. Let's see what happens this time. Dempsey wins the punch. And it's finally a free kick. It had to happen one way or the other. It's been the greatest wrestling of all times between these two. Peter Moore with the free kick, 2 half-forward. They all missed the mark. A chance again for Edwards. He's outmanoeuvred though. It comes down towards little Banks. Away he goes, Dennis Banks. He'll fire at the goals from 30 metres out, and he's put it through. Collingwood are back in front. Dennis Banks' first goal, so that's a good move from Tom Hafey as he replaced Brewer about 5 minutes ago. Let's check the score. It's North Melbourne 9-11-65, Collingwood 10-6-66.
Contrary to what I said at half-time, Lou, I'm starting to get the feeling that this is going to be one of those games where first one side and then the other can just grab that initiative. And right now, that next one with the 19-minute mark will be a vital next few moments.
Right, we're waiting for the bounce again. It's Dempsey and Moore. What's happening this time? They let it go almost. Blight got the knock away. Comes to Wearmouth. It was smothered by Blight. Wearmouth again. Take 3. Here he goes. Ronnie Wearmouth. Morris and Green. Morris from left half forward. A long, high kick up towards the 10-metre square. Easton behind. He tries to knock it away. To David Dench. He's tackled by Rene Kink and drops the ball like a hot spud. And the free kick will go Collingwood's way. Whoops. 15-metre penalty will it be? He's talking to Dench. No.
I'll tell you what, he's talking to the smiling umpire. That's pretty dangerous, Pete. Pretty close to the goals, isn't it?
William Robinson's always got a smile on his face. Kink. Now, he's a player that if he fires, Collingwood would be back in the match. He's kicked one so far and had a hand in another, but has been a quiet player so far today for him. In he comes. That's a goal! And Collingwood lead by 7 points. The fluctuating fortunes of football in the preliminary final. Let's check the score. It's North Melbourne 9-11-65, Collingwood 11-6-66. 72.
Well, we're at the 20.5-minute mark, and it's the same pattern right throughout the game. North Melbourne off to a great start each quarter, then Collingwood coming back to the latter stage, Bob.
Those last 3 goals, Lou, have come in only 2.5 minutes, and you know, it's sort of not a good sign from a North point of view, but there's still a long way to go yet, and as we said earlier, fitness is sure to play a big part.
And your little man, Wearmouth, doing a pretty good job. Coming on the ground now is Brewer. Back to the centre. Knocked out by Blight to Wearmouth again. He gets the ball deep down there towards the half-forward line. A good mark to McCann. He's pushed over by Edwards and a 15-metre penalty against Edwards. Well, Bobby mentioned before, our triple Brownlow medalist said that the ball's pushed away now by Banks, and Jarrett having a great battle there. Going in after it now is Montgomery. He's played a great game in defence. Boots the ball back. Wearmouth once again. He's played a great game. Bobby mentioned this guy. He said every time that Wearmouth's been in the thick of things, Collingwood's gone ahead. Whether he can stand up for the whole day, it's very important for Collingwood. The kick by Wearmouth. Down there towards Davis, flying high. Punched away. Going after it now is Tanner. Hand pass coming over to David Dent. He's going to go for a run. I'd kick it if I were you, David. A hand pass to Boys out there at half-forward. This looks dangerous. It goes up towards Croswell, getting a set here if he can. Oh, good mark there to McCormack. He's got to pay that. My golly, Croswell had to sit that time. Gone for a short pass to Moore. He's got the mark. No, he hasn't. Blight playing on a goal coming up as he fires. Yes, a goal. So it's only a point, the difference again. Moore's not too happy about that. He said it could have been a mark, but I don't think so. 10-11, 71. North Melbourne to Collingwood, 11-6, 72. And this game is a real ring-a-ding-ding game.
Bad mistake, Bob Skilton, a short pass down there.
Very bad mistake by McCormack, because he could obviously, he should have been able to see Blight coming across from behind Moore. Moore thinking was on his own, but Blight reading the play well, came across and took that one away. And I know there was another Collingwood player further out towards the boundary line, and I think that, well, it's proven now that McCormack should have gone to the boundary rather than to Moore.
I tell you what, Bill Picken had a few words to say to him too, just quietly, and they weren't quiet ones. Moore wins that tap out, trying to make amends for the mistake before, in which he had a hand. Socket off the ground by McCann, out of bounds on the full, penalty free kick to Collingwood. Well, that was likewise a mistake, but it probably won't be as costly as the one down on the Collingwood back line. Up towards the half-forward line, Davis from behind, flew with Edwards. A chance for Ramsey to pick the ball up right on the boundary line, which he does. Underneath it again is Moore, over the top is Worthington. Neither can gain control along the line, and it's a throw-in situation once more. 71-72 with the Magpies in front. And we've been playing 23 minutes in this crucial third quarter here at VFL Park. Dempsey and Moore. Dempsey over the top, intercepted by Morris Boys. Free kick on the shoulder, says umpire Bill Dagger, and Ron Wearmouth again to take the free kick for Collingwood.
My golly, he's played a great game for the Magpies, this little fellow, hasn't he?
Very much so, Lou.
In he comes with the free kick, right on the centre wing position. Play on, says the umpire. Wearmouth does just that. Up towards Ick and Kink. Ick comes out with the ball. Now he's lost it. However, his opponent can't do much with it either, and it's going to be a ball up at centre half forward.
And we're at the 23.5-minute mark. Collingwood in front by 1 point. At this centre half forward bounce, there's Dempsey with Rene King. Dempsey gets it out, intercepted by Banks. Going after his Montgomery. He loses it, kicking off the ground there. Nearly all having a go. As Casson gets a hand pass out to Blight. Blight's clear. Going after him is Andrew Ireland. A wild kick, but he's found Melrose. He's away from Byrne. He's got it again after the second attempt out there on that half-forward line. And look at him go around that boundary. Ireland can't catch him. He's going for another bounce. Right around. Ireland goes after Tanner. Here's the... there he goes now, Melrose. He's lost it. He's lost it. He wasted all that run. He's not too happy about it either. Oh, he had a chance of a lifetime. Still a point the difference at the 24.5-minute mark. This game is full of thrills and spills. Ball punched out by Moore. Brightest trying to get out of the pack. A hand pass intercepted by Shaw. He's grabbed. He goes down. The umpire said he was pushed in the back. Oh, nearly a fight between Tanner and Shaw. Collingwood skippers kicked that pretty haphazard that time. Oh, he's put him under pressure there. Byron gets it out to Billy Pickett. He didn't have the ball that time, and he'll get a free kick at centre half back. There's no doubt about that.
Punched the ball clear.
Billy Pickett. He's been a bit quiet this quarter too as the ball comes back there now. Ball tapped out by Davis. The umpire's found a free kick. This time it'll go to Wick against Rene King out there on the centre wing position. Collingwood 72 points to North Melbourne 71. Into the time-on period as North Melbourne get it over their centre-half forward position. Up they go. Punched away, Wearmouth going after it, so is Briders. He's having trouble picking it up. Shaw's there, goes for a hand pass. Casson upsets him, back to Casson again. He's in plenty of trouble, he gets it out, there's a chance for Tanner. He fires for the goals, but there's a go for Malcolm Blade, he's got the mark. He had to get the free kick and the mark, so he's got a chance to kick his 4th goal. By golly, when you think one side's gone, the other side comes up. When you think they're gone, the other mob come back. This has been a tremendous preliminary final for this big crowd of over 70,000. We wait now for Malcolm Blade, one of North Melbourne's great players, one of the greatest players they've ever had there, I'd say. A Brownlow medalist, and of course he's only about 5 metres out on a very slight angle. Look at him concentrating there, knowing this is a very important goal for North Melbourne coming up for the last quarter. And I think he's put it through. So, at the 26-minute mark, it's North Melbourne 11 goals, 11-77 to Collingwood 11-6-72.
North Melbourne this quarter have kicked 6 goals, 1. Great kicking. Malcolm Blight, the leading goal kicker in the match with 4.
I think that's the difference, Peter. North have got those, I'll call them mercurial type players, and they've all done well in this term. Croswell, Bridus, Blight, and Collingwood at the other end of the ground. Well, a more down-to-earth. They just haven't got that sheer brilliance that the North Melbourne forwards have got, but they're still in there, and I still feel that they can improve more than North just at the moment.
Dempsey winning that tap out on the ruck, got to go straight to Schimmelbusch. Intercepted by Edwards, but he's in trouble. Alves right on his hammer and taken away by Alves, but it's a free kick for a push in the back. There's no doubt about that, but it was a little technical. Edwards. Wobbly punt kick that doesn't cover that much distance. Kink, half forward. Fires the ball at the goals for Collingwood. It's off target and it's, what, out of bounds or a point? It's 1 point just sneaked in. And so let's check the scores. It's 77 plays 73, 5 points, 4 points the difference in favour of North Melbourne. We're getting a little bit rattled. Ball driven back into play. Dempsey and Moore. Both went one-handed and the free kick coming to Gary Dempsey. Dempsey at right half-back to take the free kick. Looking for Tanner. Can't get in control of the ball there and picked up by Peter Moore, who gives it to Ireland. Ireland at centre wing. He decides to go for the run, nobody chasing. Finally, Jarrett decides to do just that, but he's got his kick in the meantime. Up towards full forward, Davis! Davis in front of Dench. He's got 2. And boy, is this a badly needed goal, if it's to be one for Collingwood. Craig Davis, almost on the boundary line, as you can see in screen. He would be about 40 metres out. A very, very difficult shot. Davis fires. Oh, that's a great kick! Oh, Craig Davis, a magnificent kick for goal, has put it through and regained the lead for Collingwood. The Magpies, 12-7, 79, leading North Melbourne again, 11-11, 77.
Well, full marks to Craig Davis there, Peter. They're real pressure goals. An angle shot, a vital one naturally because of the state of the game. And when you see those go through, they're the ones that lift the side. And 28.5 minutes gone, and if either side can sneak another one in this term, it'll give them tremendous confidence.
There's the wrestle between Moore and Dempsey again. Dempsey gets it out. A chance for Wearmouth. He gets a hand pass wild out there to Ireland, but Collingwood are clear. He's going to go for a bit of a run here. He gives a hand pass over now to Banks. Banks is out there. He's tripped, but he regains his balance as he drives the ball down there looking for Shaw. It's Stowe. He's nearly marked it. He said play on. By golly, it was worthy of a mark, that one for the attempt, but still he didn't hold it long enough. I think crowd going mad at the umpire over there, but he didn't hold it long enough, Bob.
No, you would have been paying the effort, Lou.
That's right. Out of bounds in the forward pocket, deep in Collingwood's attacking zone. The pressure on the North Melbourne defence. Grabbed by Brewer. He's clear. Going to have a left foot snap for goal. He's put it out of bounds on the full, and a penalty free kick down there to North Melbourne. North Melbourne defenders swamping Brewer that time. David Dench to take that free kick. Goes for a short pass to Dempsey. He's grabbed the mark. No worries. He'll go for it. Let's see what he'll do with it. Keith Grigg out there on his own, but he's ignored that. Ball back towards the centre of the ground. Oh, getting up high with Sutton, but pouncing on it as Barham. He's clear. A left foot kick down there towards the full forward zone. The pack fly staying at the back with beautiful defensive players. Ramsey, a hand pass coming out now. And we see the ball come back. It's a bad hand pass. It's Collingwood with a chance for a goal now. Olsen running to an open one. Fires. He's put it through. That's his first. Now the score, North Melbourne 11-11-77 to Collingwood 13-7-85. I tell you what, Bob, 10 minutes ago, you thought that Collingwood had gone beyond the call because they were starting to falter, weren't they?
First one side, then the other coming back into it. And Ricky Barham there on screen has been a quiet player. Looks as though he might be in a little bit of pain at the moment. Maybe starting to get the cramp because Barham hasn't had a great deal of football this year. But Olsen was the one player, Lou, who you were saying has made a few mistakes and been very quiet. And then up he bobs to get that one there.
30 minutes gone in the third quarter, and what a quarter it's been. Dempsey and Moore. What a titanic struggle they've had. Peter Moore done a pretty good job today. Oh, Banks was pushed in the back, and the umpire says he was held. He'll take the free kick. Dennis Banks goes for a pass up towards Keek, but he can't take it. The mark is taken by Brewer.
It's the dangerous one for North Melbourne, Bob, isn't it?
Very much, Lou.
Oh, gee, I think, I don't know whether those two spoke then, but I thought he passed it to King, and Brewer picked it up like about a foot from the ground.
I think he might have passed it to King too, Pete.
Anyway, doesn't matter. There's the siren for three-quarter time, and so this is a real pressure kick.
Brewer taking another deep breath before he fired.
He did too. He's within kicking distance, about 40 metres. In he comes and fires. It looks good too! Oh, what a handy goal! Ross Brewer has put through his first goal for the match, and Collingwood 14-7, 91, lead North Melbourne in three-quarter time, 11-11, 77. What a quarter, gentlemen.
6-1 to 6-4.
Well, it was unbelievable because I think we all agreed, and I think our viewers would have agreed too, that halfway through that quarter when North Melbourne were bombarding the goals and they had their sensational players down there, and particularly in Croswell, always looking a dangerous player, and Arnold Bright has taken some great marks. It looked as though, and Malcolm Blight there also kicking his fourth goal, it looked as though North was saying, OK, we can go ahead with this, but through sheer determination and the great play of Wearmouth, and Moore doing a pretty good job on Dempsey too.
And I think the other move of bringing Banks on,
yes.
Banks gave them a lot more life there on that forward line, and he threw himself in. And we've often over the years, I think Tommy Hafey has received a bit of criticism for showing too much faith in his players and not making moves. And they're moving Brewer down to the forward pocket, taking Shaw off, Banks onto the half forward flank. Really gave them a lift.
That was Keith Gregg and Ron Barassi having a few words to say to each other then too. I don't know whether they were growling or what was going on, but they're both waving their arms around.
All right, well, let's take these messages from all studios with the score 14-7, 91 Collingwood, North Melbourne 11-11, 77. It's going to be a magnificent last quarter, and we'll be back in just a few moments.
Yeah. Is it going all right? I think it's got a bit of feeling in it, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Well, what do you reckon there? Hey, the pattern of this game has been every quarter North have let Collingwood come back and take it away, but this is the biggest lead they've had. Exactly what you said before. You wouldn't give them a chance there, Collingwood, but I think they were gone.
Collingwood.
The best player in the ground.
I reckon.
Hey?
I reckon.
What?
I got Wearmouth. Jarrett played well in that quarter.
Who?
Jarrett played well in that quarter.
Well? Who's played well? Come on, tell us.
Wearmouth.
He's telling me.
Casson's played pretty well. Montgomery's played pretty well. Blight's played pretty well. McCann hasn't done a bad job.
McCann, I've got him down.
Dempsey's done reasonable. Without it being outstanding, he's been. Stephen Hick's done his job on. Jarrett did well then, but didn't play well early. Yeah. Yeah, I think Wearmouth's been the most dangerous.
What do you say? He's a bit like Tarzan, plays like Joe.
Yes. They don't deserve to be, do they? I don't think they're classy enough just to say.
No, they're not as classy.
No,
as
but they're at it. You know, they only need, you know, a bloke like King to fire and kick a couple of quick ones. And
if he gets clear, Edwards will be a better player too.
Yeah. Really, Edwards on the flank, haven't they? Is he on the flank, Edwards? Or is he
on the kicks? He's at centre forward kicks on the flank, isn't he?
No, the other way around, I think.
bloody hard to
There was a bit of arse there, Banks giving that out, just I thought he'd lost it. He got tripped over on one side, but then regained his bloody... It was his own bloke, it was Ulster tripped him up.
Only about 32 free kicks to 19.
Collingwood has.
He's at 19. Oh, that's good. You wouldn't care if you were Collingwood side, would you? See, he got away, that Sutton got away from bloody Alves is coming.
Melrose off.
I didn't think Melrose played badly, except he did that silly thing around there.
Yeah.
Righto, relays, you'd better rejoin us, please, in, let's see, in 15 seconds from now. 15 seconds relays from now, 16:37:15. Rejoin us, please. Righto, relays, stand by, coming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you very much indeed. Back here at VFL Park, just about set for the final quarter of the 1979 preliminary final, with North Melbourne 11-11-77 trailing Collingwood 14-7-91. Bob Skilton quickly the key to this quarter and the match.
I still say Ronnie Williamouth, if I can just repeat what I'm saying. And there's Peter Moore and Gary Dempsey talking with umpire Ian Robinson, obviously about what's going on with the ruck duels. And as Peter Landy has called a few times, it looks like ringside at the wrestling. That I think the umpires have almost decided that both players are doing it, so we'll let it go.
Okay, the final quarter of the 79 preliminary final. And as we await these ruck duels, it's Moore and Dempsey. Moore with a mighty thump, but taken away by Weirmouth. Weirmouth the half forward, looks for Kink, but Hicks there and fisting the ball back cleverly. Edwards, if he can intercept it, could have a shot at the goals. He's a fair way out, he fires. It's going close, it's almost a mark, it is! Brayshaw, right on the boundary line. That was a gutsy mark. He took a gutsy mark almost in the third quarter, the latter stages thereof, which wasn't paid. And in fact, almost in the identical position, Lou.
That's right, he's got to run around here. I think that's what he'll try and do.
He's gone right back, Lou. He's given himself plenty of room to run around.
Well, let's see what he can do. A goal here would be magnificent for Collingwood. In he comes, runs around and fires, but he's missed it. And it's through for only 1 point. So, let's check the scores. Big league action on the preliminary final. Collingwood 14-8-92. North Melbourne 11-11-77. The crowd here in excess of 73,000, which I believe would make it just on or just over the record for a preliminary final at this ground.
Well, they got Malcolm Blight down there kicking off. That's rather strange, Bob.
Can't quite work out what the move is there, Lou. I think you might find that Easton's coming off the ground. He has been playing at fullback, and Ebert will come on.
Back out towards the half-back flank. Barham very quick to get boot the ball. Davis underneath it. Oh, spilled it like a bag of lollies. Olsen's there and backs up well, but it's intercepted. In fact, it's over the line. So it'll be a boundary throw in to take place on the Collingwood right half forward flank. 1 minute 40 seconds gone of the final term. Dempsey and Moore again. Moore got that one out the back, taken away by Morris. Not too far, as you saw. He got bowled over, and it's going to be a baller.
It's about 45 metres out from the Collingwood goal, and they're 15 points in front at the moment. Approaching the 2-minute mark of this last quarter. A vital one for both these sides because it's mothballs for the losing side. Malcolm Blight grabbed, trying to get out. Umpire called play on, grabbed by Jarrett. He's grabbed it as a go for Dempsey. A hurried kick back towards the wing position. At the front there was Sutton. Oh, beautiful mark to Billy Pickett. What a beautiful mark. Sutton had the better of him in the third quarter when shifted to centre half forward, but Billy Pickett taking a great mark then. Rene King couldn't hold that. There we see Greg fumbling the ball. And it's Collingwood trying to get out through Olsen, trying to hand pass the umpires that hold the ball. It's certainly not Rod Olsen's day today as Montgomery takes that free kick a little short of half back. A hand pass coming over to Ebert, drives the ball wide. Oh, Ireland too good that time for Tanner, and takes a great mark out in the wing position. Short pass. He's got Anderson out there, and he's off. He boots the ball long. Malcolm Blight coming at the back. There, Edwards got his hands to it. Edwards going after it again. Finally picked up by Davis. A hurried kick, and the ball is out of bounds. It'll be a penalty kick to David Dents down there. 3 minutes gone of this last quarter. The ball back into play again. A chance for Dempsey to mark on his own. He does. He gives a hand pass over to Wick, and he's clear. Stephen Ick looking for someone. A short pass. Oh, Sutton overran the ball. There's a go now for Boyce to pick it up. But Wearmouth, the man of the match for Collingwood, streaking away from his opponents. Goes for a pass out there to Banks. He flies, and he's got it, the young fella. He'd be a good 65, 70 metres out from goal. They're all making a move. There's Davis coming out now, but Banks is going for the... no, he's going for the short pass. Davis gets up high. It's punched out again. Keith Gregg going after. Certainly hasn't had a great day. The stack's on there, the mill there, and it's out of bounds about 45 metres around from the Collingwood goal. Collingwood still in front by 15 points.
A goal here would be very useful for the Magpies and put them in the box seat. North Melbourne defending desperately as we await the throw-in. Dempsey and Moore. Moore, a mighty tap out as he got high. Picked up by Gregg and over to Ramsey. Ramsey back towards the half-back flank. Wearmouth Shepherd's well that time. He gives it the chance to Peter Moore, who accepted that hand pass pretty well. Down towards the forward pocket it goes, off the hands of the pack. Brewer couldn't do much with it, likewise Ebert. And it's a throw-in situation in the Collingwood forward pocket. 4 minutes and 10 seconds gone of the final quarter as we await the boundary throw-in. Moore is going to... Now it's going to be Dempsey with this time Brewer, it looks like, and Edwards is there. Dempsey got the front posse and the tap out picked up by Shaw. A snapshot for goal is... What's that? Is that a goal? No, it's a point. Oh, gee, was that close? If you don't mind. Great shot by Ray Shaw. And so the scores, it's North Melbourne still 11-11-77 and Collingwood 14-9-93. The Magpies much better kicking than in the qualifying final when they kicked about 9-28 odd, I think from memory it was, as McCann drives the ball towards the half-back flank looking for a mark to Gary Dempsey. Morris out towards Andrew Ireland, well out of his position at half forward. The pass is not a good one and picked up down there by young Banks. Over to Moore, a long hand pass from Moore, not a good one. Put his teammate down there and skipper Ray Shaw right under pressure. Still got his kick in, a chance for Barham, who marks. Barham was in kicking distance, 40 metres out, or go for the kick, son. If he within kicking distance, I think it's a golden rule, isn't it, Bob, to have the shot
at this stage.
In he comes, Ricky Barham, 40 to 45 metres out, directly in front. Should score from there, or is it off the hands of the pack? Still a chance. They can't get it clear. It's over the line, rushed through for... No, push in the back, I beg your pardon. And the free kick will be taken for North Melbourne by Big Dempsey.
Dempsey to take that free kick at the full-back position. He's still battling it out. Both sides still in there with a fight. Oh, Banks got up very high. It comes down to Moore. He overruns the ball. There's Schimmelbusch getting clear. Running across towards centre half back. He's looking for Gregg. Gregg's clear. He's away now. Keith Gregg going after it. Out there on that wing position. And look at him go. Leaving Wearmouth for dead as he fires it out towards Tanner. He's got the mark. And he plays on another hand pass to Bridus. Back it goes to Tanner in the forward pocket. A snap for goal. At the back is Croswell. Can he mark it? He gets up high, but it's off target and through for 1 point. And the Collingwood supporters say, oh golly, thank heavens for that. 11 goals, 12, 78 North Melbourne to Collingwood 14-9, 93. A difference of 15 points, 6.5 minutes gone as the ball comes out to the half-back line. Malcolm Blight dropped that one. Coming out is Jarrett, doesn't know what to do with it. He goes down, Moore's there. Jarrett tries to get it up again, nearly a free kick. Back it comes now to Sutton, a long shot for goal, into the goal square. Croswell's battling hard, he's got the mark. No, he's called play on. As Tanner's going to have a snapshot for goal. He's running to an open run. Fired and a goal. Oh, it was nearly a mark to Croswell too. So it's Collingwood 14-9, 93. North Melbourne not giving up without a fight. 12-12-84, a difference of 9 points.
Well, you can't allow a player like Tanner too much latitude. It's a couple of shots he's had in the last few moments, and with only 8 minutes just on gone of this quarter, everybody naturally is tired, and I think really this is where that real down-to-earth, not just fitness, but you know when it starts to hurt, Lou, and some players can still run when it's hurting, and some players can just get that little bit extra out. And you know, whether or not it's Collingwood or North Melbourne, you know, it's very, very hard to say. But I do notice that Kink now is in at the centre bounce. In there also with him is Ick.
Well, let's see if that move is successful for Collingwood. If they can get Ick out of the way and Kink into the game, they're halfway there for mine. He gets it out to Peter Moore. Moore driving Collingwood into attack now, looking for Brewer down there, but Ebert's right there with him. He's not giving him 1 inch. And the ball over the line. It will be thrown back into play in Collingwood's forward pocket. No wind to speak of. Ideal conditions for football today. And we believe the crowd in excess of 73,000. So that's not bad for a preliminary final. It's a sellout here at VFL Park. Likewise next week at the MCG for the grand final. Edwards trying hard to get the ball out. Likewise Wearmouth. The umpire says, though, let's have a bounce, gentlemen. Almost in the same place. 84 plays 93. The lull before the storm, I think, insofar as these two teams are concerned. Out it comes to Ray Shaw. He's well shepherded by Kevin Morris, but by gee, he had trouble picking that up, didn't he? Gets around his opponent that time and fires it up towards the square. Davis one-handed. Brewer, snapshot smothered. Over the line and rushed through for 1 point. Gee. Collingwood 14-10, 94. North Melbourne 12-12, 84. Nearly 9 minutes gone and 10 points the difference as Blight kicking out again from fullback. That's a strange old move, but he's found Stephen McCann, and he's clear. McCann drives North Melbourne up towards the half-forward line. Alves, away he goes, the veteran. Alves fires a pass up towards Morris. Boys can have a shot for goal if he elects, but he's gone for a pass. Out the brightest into an open goal, and he fires and puts it through. For a point. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Oh, pardon my error, pardon his. So it's 9 points the difference. 12-13, 85 to 14-10, 94. Louis.
9.5 minutes gone. You can feel the tension up here in the commentator's box. It's unbelievable. The ball out there towards the half-back line. And there's a mark to Worthington. A hand pass coming over to Byrne. Byrne goes for a pass towards Rene Kink, and he's got the mark, and he's off. There goes Kink around that wing position. He's going for a real bounce. And Morris calling him on. Is he going to look for someone to give it to? He hooks it back there. Looking for Brewer. Brewer's got the mark. And he's about... That was a beautiful pass by Rene Kink. He's kicked 1 goal so far, this fella Brewer. He's about 40 metres out directly in front. You can see the distance there in the screen. Or on the screen, I should say. Waiting on Brewer. Directly in front. A goal here for Collingwood, a vital one. The kick, it's a beautiful sort of a kick. Is it coming around enough? A goal, and the Magpies still 15 points in front. So Collingwood 15-10, 100 to North Melbourne, 12-13, 85 at the 10.5-minute mark.
It may have looked wobbly as it was going along there, Lou, but that's 2 very effective goals by Brewer. One right on the, after the siren actually, for three-quarter time to give Collingwood a lead of 14 points. So with 15 points there now, we've played 11 minutes of the quarter, and we're virtually exactly where we were at three-quarter time.
That was a magnificent pass of King's, knocked out by Dempsey, punched away by Worth, but he's lost the bounce, but picked up by Alves. He's lost the ball, he's got it again. He's in trouble. Beautiful play by the veteran there as he boots it over the centre half forward position. At the back is Byrne, gets it down to Ireland. He's caught a hand pass to Shaw, and Shaw's at centre half back. He goes for a kick out there wide, looking for Banks. Banks having a battle there with Montgomery. Montgomery's clear, showing a lot of strength. A hand pass back to Jarrett. Another one over to Tanner. One back to McCann. They're certainly hand passing now as we see Castor with the ball. A running shot for goal. A pass. It's off target. There's a go now for Collingwood. Strayer. He's grabbed. He's pushed in the back. And a free kick to Strayer. Listen to those North Melbourne fans going mad. What about holding the ball? He's not waiting for that. He quickly plays on. Keith Gregg coming out there with Anderson. They both went over it. Picked up by Carsten on the ground now. Running around, doing a bit of fancy work there at half-back. And he's clear, boots the ball over there, looking for Rene King.
What's going on here?
Went too far, Pete.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. Well, that could be dangerous for Collingwood. I didn't think he ran that far. Did you, Bob?
I've seen players run further today, haven't you? Anyway, the free kick goes North Melbourne's way towards the pocket of Malcolm Blight. It's over, and no, not on the full. And it'll be thrown back into play. A bad pass from Stan Alves. As we await the throw-in, Blight in the ruck. Moore over the top. Sutton in towards the pocket. More danger. Dreyer should have tapped the ball out. That was a little bit of inexperience. It comes out to McCormack. McCormack's clear for Collingwood, and away he goes. Down towards the half-back line, and the mark taken by Melrose. is off like a shot. A short pass from Melrose finds Blight, and Malcolm Blight will steady things down, who's kicked 4 goals today, 2 in the first quarter. He's been kicking out from fullback this quarter. So if that's not playing on the ball, I don't know what is. Blight. Oh, long kick from Blight. That's a beautiful kick in the goal square. It's Croswell, but he couldn't take the mark. And it goes through for 1 behind. By gee, there's some tension in this match, and I guess you can probably feel it at home. 86 plays 100, 14 points the difference in favour of the Magpies, who are trying to tip North Melbourne out of the grand final, a position they've enjoyed for the past 7 years. Can they do it? We'll know in about 15 minutes' time. Out comes the ball to the half-back line. Schimmelbusch tries to go through. Drives the ball up towards the full forward zone. In towards the pocket it is. Cassin's there. Burns there. Grab when not in possession. I would say a free kick must go to Ray Byrne. The official attendance today, incidentally, 73,380. It's a record for a preliminary final here at VFL Park. As the ball driven towards the member stand side. Blight punches the ball clear into the open spaces, and it's going to be a free kick going which way?
Carlson.
An experience from Blight, trying to keep the ball off his Collingwood opponent. Well, opponents have picked up downfield, but now Carlson's clear and away he goes.
Away he goes around that wing position, going for Rene Kink. Kink going after. It hasn't been a great day for him. A chance now for Collingwood to pick it up through Davis. A hand pass back to Kink. Kink's going to go a bit of fancy stuff here now as he boots the ball up there, looking there for Brewer coming out. Can he mark it? No, Edwards has got it. And he's only about, let's see, no more than about 35 metres out from goal, and Edwards has already kicked 2 goals. They're 16 points in front at the 14.5-minute mark, Collingwood.
Well, I reckon this is a pressure kick. What must be going through his mind now?
14 points in front, I should say. No, it was 14 points. I'm getting carried away. Probably it's a bit because I'm a Collingwood supporter deep down, but I certainly hope it's not showing out. Edwards coming in for that kick. He fires. He's off target, and it's through for 1 point. So now it's 15 points the difference. North Melbourne 12-14, 86 to Collingwood 16-11, 101, and we're approaching the 15-minute mark. A goal there would have been handy for the Magpies.
You're telling me.
There's still plenty of fight in the Kangaroos at the moment. This time it'll be Ebert to kick off. I tell you what, Bob, you can feel the tension up here, can't you?
Very much so, Lou. I don't think there's anybody going home.
There's Schimmelbusch getting it out wide. It'll be out of bounds. It'll be a penalty free kick to Barham. Well played that time, because the penalty against the fullback when the ball is not touched by either side. Barham out there about 70 metres out from goal. He and Schimmelbusch have battled pretty hard. Ball drops a bit short. Players setting themselves. Edwards goes up. He tries to grab the mark. Picked up by Banks. A snapshot for goal. It's grabbed here by Ebert. A hand pass coming over to Keith Gregg. He's clear. He's going to go for a run. The little fella's got him. Can he get clear? He's still on his tail. He's holding him back. Umpire's found a free kick. It'll go to Keith Gregg. I think it was half a dozen and 6 of the other. But the free kick to Gregg there at half back. Still 15 points the difference. The ball goes around towards the wing position. Carlson and Blight. Oh, beautiful mark to Malcolm Blight. He's played a great game today for North Melbourne. He doesn't waste any time. He does a bit of balking that time and boots the ball back over the half-forward line. Chance for the ball to be punched away by Ireland. Going after his pick and having trouble picking it up. They're all piling in there, and the umpire's going to ball it up about 55 metres out from the north goal. They're trailing by 15 points at the moment. And the pressure on both these sides. Both will be very tired when this game's over. Wearmouth and Sutton. Wearmouth goes down and the ball is out of bounds. Still on the half-forward line for North Melbourne, about 60, 70 metres around from their goal. Crowd of 73,000, a record crowd for a preliminary final here, have enjoyed every moment of this match. And no wonder, it's been a great battle between these great sides. Knocked out by Dempsey. Olsen overran the ball. Alves couldn't pick it up, but the umpires found a free kick. It'll go against Ireland. And the free kick to go to Xavier Tanner. They go into attack now as the ball goes up to the full forward zone. They're all getting set. They're all flying. Croswell flies. It's knocked out to Melrose. A snap over his head. Doesn't travel any distance. And Dreher's got the mark, but the umpire said not far enough. It's finally grabbed here. Free kick to Collingwood. He was grabbed that time, Olsen, when he didn't have the ball.
Yes, he handballed it out too, so that's why it went Collingwood's way and not North Melbourne's. Ball driven up towards the half-back line, or Jarrett went up a rather awkward fashion. Carlson and Blight. The ball's going to go over the boundary line, and once again, it'll be thrown back into play. North Melbourne's right half-forward flank. The Kangaroos trying to bridge this deficit, with the Magpies trying to hang on and into the grand final. The first time since 77. Knocked away by Dempsey, or Jarrett tried to do likewise. Successful, the Blight. In comes the McGarry, and Brownlow medalist drives it up towards the full forward zone. It's a mark. Brighter says it, no play on. Croswell's there for North Melbourne. A chance for McCormack to clear it. He goes around towards Carlson, who missed it. Elves comes in and will he fire? Yes, but he's off target and put it out of bounds on the full. Oh dear, oh dear. You reckon there's some mistakes out there. But you can't blame the players. It is a real pressure game of football. And we hope wherever you're watching throughout Australia, you're enjoying our telecast. Ricky Barham with the penalty free kick. He's a wingman. He's in the back pocket and work that out.
Well, they're all over the place at the moment. There's only 6 players down on the Collingwood.
Oh, danger. He's found McCormack, who's in trouble and drops the ball when tackled. Blightus picks it up. The umpire says play on. He's got it again and grabbed. Drops the ball. He's got to go against him this time. Oh, Collingwood have made some stupid mistakes, haven't they, Lou?
By golly, if they lose this, they can blame that because they've had this game just about sewn up. North Melbourne are going up in the one spot.
Can you understand that, Bob Skilton?
Well, there were basic principles in football, Peter, and at that stage, to go into that position, I couldn't understand.
Well, there we are now. Sutton firing. Oh, he's missed it as he let them in again, Collingwood. This is unbelievable. He's not too happy about that, Sutton. So McCormack can breathe again at the 19-minute mark. North Melbourne 12-5. 15, I should say, 87 to Collingwood 15-11, 101. 14 points the difference. North Melbourne virtually needing 3 goals to win this game. Ball back into play. Dempsey in front. He's got the mark. He called play on. A hand pass. If it wasn't a mark, I'll jump over the fence. I'm not kidding. Wearmouth clear and going for a long run. A long hand pass out the shore. There's a chance for a goal to come up here now if he's good enough. He has a long shot. Is it coming around enough? It's hit the post. Hit the post. North Melbourne fans weren't very happy about that decision to Dempsey. It looked as though it was a mark to me. So 12-15, 87 North Melbourne to Collingwood 15-12, 102. 15 points the difference, approaching the 20-minute mark. And a mark taken out there by Shimmerbush, the skipper for North Melbourne at half back. Drives the ball around. Falls at Moore and Dempsey go, but they both, there's Blight coming after it now. Well picked up by Anderson. He's grabbed it and have the ball. And there's the ball going down. Be a free kick against Melrose. The free kick to go to Olsen out there on the centre wing position for holding the ball against Melrose. Hand pass to Ronnie Wearmouth. Collingwood's best player by a mile today.
Great.
Same as Malcolm Blight, North Melbourne's best player. Ball down there looking for Edwards. He gets up, he goes for the punt, but that's a darn good mark in defence by Stephen McCann, who's been a real strong player in defence all day for North Melbourne.
Yes, unspectacular, but very effective, Lou. I must agree with you. And Ronnie Wearmouth and Malcolm Blight certainly stand out as very, very good players for their sides. In front is Dempsey. Moore knocks it away. Picked up by Olsen over to Moore. Well, that was not the best of handball, to put it mildly. Ireland trying to gain control. Does, but can't get rid of it. Almost threw it out. It comes out to Peter Moore eventually. And Moore fires a pass looking for goal sneak Anderson. And he fires at the goals. A long high kick. Ebert's there. It might roll through. Oh, is it through? It's a goal! Ebert was over the line.
What a goal it was too.
Oh, if you don't mind. That's his third goal. North Melbourne 12-15, 87. Collingwood 16-12, 108. Bob Skilton.
Beat 21 points, and it's the 21-minute mark, so you might say in round figures around about 8 or 9 minutes of football left. And you can never give North Melbourne away, because we've witnessed so often that they come back and kick a number of goals. The time is starting to look against them now.
Jarrett tries to pick the ball up and get it out to Gregg. He's successful. Looks for McCann. In he comes, Stephen McCann, across the half-back line to half-forward for North Melbourne. Or Sutton goes over. Carlson is there for Collingwood. Alves is over. A push in the back, says the umpire. And Stan Alves from the right half-forward flank has a chance to drive North Melbourne into attack. It's a short pass. And he's found the man of the moment, Malcolm Blight. So North Melbourne have a chance to pick that goal up in very quick time. Blight, who's already kicked 4 goals today. In he comes to try and regain some points for North Melbourne. Shoots. Kick on its way, and what's he done with it? It's a goal! So North Melbourne still in this match here at VFL Park. Let's check the scores on the big league. It's North Melbourne 13-15, 93. Collingwood 16-12, 108, 15 points the difference.
And as Bob Skilton said, you can't write North Melbourne off. There'll be about 7 minutes to go. We're approaching the 23-minute mark, and North Melbourne still in there fighting, Bobby.
They wouldn't know how not to, Lou, and that's the great thing about North Melbourne. They forget the scoreboard. They go about their football in exactly the same manner on every occasion.
Centre bounce again. Moore and Dempsey having a great wrestle. Knocked out by Dempsey. Edwards grabs it, hooks it back out there towards the half-forward line. Rene Kink goes up. He's got it. Good mark to Rene Kink. He just knows he's given a hand pass over to Morris, running to an open goal. Fires. And he's put it through. And the Magpies 21 points in front again. And it could be Collingwood for the grand final with Carlton 1979. 17-12, 114 Collingwood. To North Melbourne 13-15, 93 at the 23.5-minute mark of this last quarter.
I tell you what, they wouldn't want to think they've got it won, Lou. That'd be the fatal mistake, wouldn't it? Remember Carlton and North Melbourne in about the 5th round of the year?
That's right.
I don't think so, Pete. I think it's a different set of circumstances, and those Collingwood players just looking around the field, they're all urging each other along, not in the manner that we think we've got it won, but let's go on with this now.
And Kink coming into the game, he got the last goal for them, really. It was a beautiful hand pass up towards half-back, and the mark taken by Mr. Experience and Mr. Cool, David Dench. Dench, a short pass, straight upfield to Malcolm Blight, and he's found him, and Kink's not letting him go. But the Magarey and Brownlow medalist, away he goes this time to Greg. He's at centre wing, a chance to steady and drive the Kangaroos forward up towards their half-forward flank, but no one's there, and it's over the boundary line for a throw-in in front of the small scoreboard, which you can see says 93 to 114. As we wait the throw-in now. Gosh, you reckon there's some tension out here? 24 minutes and 10 seconds have gone in the final term, so we're 50 seconds away from time on. Moore and Sutton. Snapshot for goal by Tanner. Up towards Croswell, one-hander, can he soccer it through? Bright as it rolls through for 1 point. And so let's check the score. It's 17-12, 114 Collingwood, North Melbourne 13-16, 94. 20 points the difference in the preliminary final, and we're just into time on.
Waiting now for the ball to come back in front. Out it goes to the members' side. It's not a great kick. I'll tell you that's gone to the hands of Alves. This gives North Melbourne a chance to go into attack. He's not wasting any time. He's running around. Over it goes to Keith Gregg, back to Wells again. He's going to go for a run, a flying shot for goal. Up they go, a chance now. Collingwood messing about down there, and he played it safe. McCormick, he was gone just about. Into that time on period by about 30 seconds, and there's 19 points the difference. Can North Melbourne get up and win this game? What do you think, Bob?
I don't think so, Lou, but one thing for sure, they're still in their pitching, and then they'll be at it right until the very moment the siren goes, but I think time's against them.
Rene Kink and Malcolm, there's Rene Kink beating Malcolm Blight that time. Back there towards centre half forward, punched away by Olsen, going out to McCann. And there's a chance for Edwards. He's knocked it back towards him. He's on his own. He's going to drive this well down towards the goals. Can Brewer mark this with David? It's not Brewer, it's Davis knocking it out there. In comes Brewer. He can't pick it up. There's a go now for Davis to get up, and he fumbles. Picked up by Dench. A kick back into Shaw, and he's marked it.
I think he'll take a long while to kick this,
I think he'll
Lou.
take a while, because we're approaching the 26-minute mark, or just on the 26-minute mark, and he's only about, there's the distance out from the goals. You can see it there on the screen.
Pretty crook angle.
He's on a crook angle, but at least he's on the right side for a right footer. He could hook this one, and he missed one from here before in the early part of this quarter. But if ever a captain has to kick a captain's goal, this is the one for him, Bob.
Well, he's kicked 4 points so far, Lou, so he might be due.
He's concentrating, waiting to fire now. He's given a pass, and Brewer's got it right in front. Only a very slight angle, and Brewer's already kicked 2 goals. By Gill, it was a game bit of play on the part of the Collingwood skipper, but it came off. Now all Brewer has to do is to kick this, and of course Collingwood will be 25 points in front, and that'll make it nearly impossible for North Melbourne to win this game. Brewer coming in, lines them up, concentrating. He knows he's got to get this to make it safe, because North Melbourne will never give in. And he's hooked it. He's put it through for 1 point. So it's North Melbourne 13-17, 95 to Collingwood 17-13, 115, a difference of 20 points at the 27.5-minute mark.
About 3 minutes left for play, I'd reckon, in the preliminary final. It looks the Magpies and the Blues for the grand final, but North are never beaten, as Lou mentioned. Keith Gregg in front of Banks. Oh, he's caught and drops the ball. Play on, says umpire Bill Dagger. Weirmouth. Collingwood's probably their best player. Now towards half forward, Edwards and McCann going forward. Likewise Ebert, but the ball beats all three of them, and it'll be thrown back into play on Collingwood's right half forward flank. Getting pretty foggy here too at the VFL Park Stadium. Dempsey and Peter Moore. What a great wrestle they've had all day. Tapped out to McCann, but he couldn't get the ball clear. Olsen tries to pick it up. It's scooped out eventually to Olsen. His kick up towards Brewer. Has he got that? Out of bounds, I think. Or is he paying the mark? He's paying the mark. Just inside. Brewer's kick two, one of which was after the siren, I think, in the third quarter, wasn't it, Bob Skilton?
That's right, Pete, to take Collingwood to a 14-point lead. Now the opportunity of making it 26 as he goes for the banana shot.
Oh, look at that. It's not bad. Oh, what a kick. Oh, thank you and good night, North Melbourne. Collingwood will be in the grand final. I think it's pretty safe to say that now because the clock on the scoreboard says 28.5 past in the final term. And on the big league, it's Collingwood. 18 goals, 13. 121, North Melbourne 13-17, 95.
And a difference of 26 points, and of course, as Peter said, time has run out for North Melbourne. It's been one of the best games we've seen in a preliminary final for a long time. North Melbourne still in there fighting as it goes up, knocked out by Dempsey, but the umpires found a free kick against Morris for Shevering. The ball over the centre half forward position, and in comes Byrne and takes a mark at half back. North Melbourne not giving up as the ball goes out there to Anderson. And Anderson's away. He's been a vital player today for Collingwood, showing plenty of pace on that wing with Ricky Barron on the other. And around he goes. The ball over the Collingwood half-forward line up there for Banks to mark. He can't. Punched away. Going after it now is Brewer. Banks is in there too. They're all having a go. It's finally pushed out, and finally Olsen gets a hurried kick back. There's a chance for Ralph to mark. He goes for a hand pass, but it's intercepted. He fumbles. He's grabbed. He's holding the ball. Another chance for Collingwood to go further ahead. They're looking tired now, North Melbourne. I think you have to agree with that, Bob.
I think they realise, Lou, just how tough the job is now. You know, to kick 5 goals, it's almost impossible.
There's Olsen coming in. Fires for the goals. He's off target. And it's through for 1 point. So it's still North Melbourne 13-17, 95 to Collingwood 18-14, 122. And we're approaching the 30-minute mark of this last quarter of the preliminary final of 1979. It looks as though Collingwood will go into the grand final against Carlton next week. Out it comes again, a chance for Olsen to get clear. Tries to get a hand pass. He's too slow. Moore can't pick it up. He's having a lot of trouble getting it clear. Finally, Xavier Tanner drives it out there looking for Sutton. Billy Picken and Sutton having a great battle. Picked up by Arnold Brightus. A snap up towards the goals. How's Croswell at the back, but McCormick's in front this time and takes a great mark.
Away goes McCormick, hand pass. He looks out there for Anderson and or Carlson. Anderson's got it. Carlson's right with him. Casson right behind him. Over to Carlson now. Lee Carlson from left half forward. Another magpie thrust up towards the goals, but Roy Ramsey chips it in front of Edwards. I think the siren's gone, and Collingwood are into the grand final. North Melbourne are finally out. Let's check the